Hey guys, so as I walk towards the bus stop to get ready to catch my bus in about 13 and a half minutes, or 13 minutes exact, I wanted to come on here and kind of talk about something that, I don't know if you guys would find interesting or anything. I'm pretty sure some of you do. And that is the fact that, well, this month, as we know, from a literature standpoint, writing standpoint, and sometimes even artistic standpoint, we know is called Melting May. And the theme basically for the month is to, and I say this with all due respect because they are mostly the center point of it, to write stories or create artwork of a female character melting into a puddle, basically, in some capacity. Mostly romantic, or if it's too hot, because this month, and this week's a good example of it, is, known for, it's humid weather, it's, which makes average temperatures a little hotter than they should be, and then just a regular, once in a while hot days, warm days, you name it, that makes you feel like, when you're walking out there, even if you're working or not, makes you feel like you're gonna basically melt. And that's obviously why Melting May was given the theme, because of this being that transitional month of where you still get the spring weather, but it's mixed in every now and then or every other day with the summer-like weather to go along with it. Now, I bring this up because, like I said, from a literature and artistic standpoint, people, write stories, draw pictures, stuff like that. And, sometimes, if not most times, the stories are actually good. Most of the stories written are humorous, kind of romantic stories, very humorous romantic stories. And some of them are also just plain out romantic stories that feature a lot of what the theme of the month is. Now, with that said, though, it does bring up a question and everything. It does bring up, one main question, if you will. And that is, will the Melting May theme for the month of May, will it go beyond just writing and artistic drawing or artistic, creativity, if you will? Mainly, will it go and be something that we could probably see, people on YouTube, right here on YouTube, or other places like VENMO and BitChute maybe, and a few other places, maybe even Ruko, the Ruko channel, or some other places, mind you, maybe even streaming services like Netflix, despite their situation right now, or HBO Max, or even Disney Plus. Hold on for a sec. Sorry, I had to cross the road there for a moment. But like I said, you have to wonder whether or not any one of those, streaming services, along with, like I said, a BitChute, a YouTube, a VENMO, a Dailymotion, you name it, you have to wonder if they'll start embracing the Melting May theme outside of places like DeviantArt and Patreon and Furfinian and Ink Bunny and all those places. Because the way I look at it, if this theme for this month has been something that artistic writers and literature writers, if you will, just creative people have been using to write stories that they only do once a year. They just basically say like, hey, I don't normally do this all the time, so I'm going to use this time of month to just get this out of my system. you have to wonder if maybe there's a chance it'll go beyond that. That, you know, we'll see it, you know, become more than it already is. Like, you know, could we see people here on YouTube of with an artistic background in animation say, hey, I'm going to dedicate my creativity of animation, you know, I'm going to dedicate it to once a year in the month of May to doing this, to creating, you know, animations, either the 1 minute, 5 minutes, maybe even 10 at the longest, or even 20 at the most. You know, you don't have to wonder if maybe they'll decide to, decide. Got a little dust in my throat there from people's driving. But you gotta wonder if perhaps, like I said, they would probably decide to dedicate time, you know, once a year in the month of May, maybe a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times in the month, to use their animation skills to go that route and say, hey, we're going to do this little cartoon, little animation with the character melting into a puddle to celebrate and tie in with the theme. You have to wonder. And, you know, could we see that with, you know, some of this, you know, SFM, 3D, CGI animation people have been, you know, utilizing lately? Or could we see it with the animation styles of Toon Boom, or, you know, the animation style that people are using to create an identical animation style of, you know, Sonic Sat-AM back in the day with Season? Could we see that happen? Could we see, you know, that animation style be applied? Or could we see Toon Boom Harmony? Could we see Toon Boom Harmony's software be used? The one that was used in a big way for MLP's movie, as well as the kind that people do use for artistic creations here on YouTube. You know, the possibilities are endless, but it makes you wonder, could artists of that kind do it? Could they go that length and do it, if you will? You know, basically say, hey, I want to have a piece of the pie, if you will, when it comes to what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on. You know, if they decide they want to contribute, you know, to the theme of the month from their end of the spectrum, could they do it? I think absolutely they can. I think they absolutely could. And I think if you have people here on YouTube, on BitChute, Dailymotion, maybe even Ruko Channel and Netflix, whoever, decide to do little animations, either the utilizing CG, SFM, Toon Boom, Flash, maybe even traditional animation like anime inspired, like what Powerhouse does. You know, could it be done? Could, you know, the Melting May celebration go beyond the likes of DeviantArt, Ink Bunny, and Patreon, and, you know, Furfinians and all that, and even places like fanfiction.net and writing.com. And again, I think it can, and I think eventually it will. I think sooner or later, right here on YouTube, because it's mainly always the first place things like this happen at, we will see the Melting May theme be showcased here on the tube. I think we will eventually. And I'm not saying it's going to be this month. It could be, but it could be next year, and that'll be something to look forward to. Maybe somebody will look at the Melting Mia. That's right. It's not Maya. It's Mia. It's M-E-I. Mei. The Melting Mei story, and say, hey, I want to do an animation on that. And there you go. Maybe that might happen. We don't know, but it's a possibility. It is a possibility, but we'll have to see. But do I think the theme of Melting May will go beyond what I've mentioned, you know, from the places like DeviantArt to YouTube? Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's just a matter of time. But what do you guys think? Do you think we'll eventually see that? Do you think the theme of Melting May in the month of May that happens every year will go beyond where it's, you know, so far been showcased at to other places like YouTube? Let me know down below in the comments. Live chat during the premiere, super chats and super stickers are open and would be appreciated. And until next time, guys, I am out.